Hello trekkers, welcome back. This week we are going to solve a problem that everybody has, right? When you get to a campground or you get to a boondocking spot, one thing is putting up the Starlink. It's a pain. It's just another thing to have to do. We are going to mount the Starlink on the roof of the RV permanently, so we don't have to worry about it going up and down. And the other thing we're going to be doing this week is installing the Starlink Mini on the truck, which gives us the ability to have connectivity anywhere. There's plenty of spaces throughout the country where there isn't cell phone service still, unfortunately. And this allows us to maintain that connection and work. I can work while I'm the passenger if I need to. Up to this point, we've always just left it on the dashboard, kind of like just hanging out there, but it clutters up the dash and it's constantly moving. You make a turn, it's always moving around. So this will eliminate that, and it'll just stay up on top of the truck. So come along with us and we'll show you how we did it.
Good morning. It is a bright and sunny Saturday morning here at the ranch. As we get ready to kind of pack up, we only have about 2 weeks left, and I have a couple of things still that we need to get done. Today's project, which is mounting our Gen 3, I guess, dish Starlink up on the roof of the rig. We watched Kyle over at the Wandering Shores do this and thought it was a fantastic idea. So we went ahead and got all the mounts for it and the hardware and all sorts of things that he had down in his video description. It looks super easy. I'll probably go back and watch Kyle's video again just to double check. But it's just this mount. Yeah, I got some die-core lap sealant that I will put down before making the hole so we get everything filled in. And this is all the hardware it came with. I do have to look at the directions probably, because I'm not really sure. Or I can just watch Kyle's video, really. It's probably the easiest thing because he made it look like it was super easy. Okay, so I think I have all what I need. I have my trusty Sharpie. These are the lag screws that I'll use for this install. If you have the ability to, bolt it from the other side, but I do not have access to underneath the RV roof. So these we will save for, I'm sure, something else. So we'll use these, the washers. We don't need these the nuts here. These, we'll have to see where those go. Now I have to go and get the dish so I can lay out all my supplies here. Get myself up there before the sun gets too hot. That took me about a half an hour to find this, which I thought I had in a pretty good location. And as it turns out, I did have it in a great location. I picked it up 17 times, not realizing that that's what it was. It was sitting next to my chair on the table between the two recliners this whole time. Of course, that pissed me off that I was looking for that for half an hour when it was sitting right there. So anyway, this is pretty much everything. We'll go through the instructions. I will bring the mount up top and mark my pilot holes. Trying to find the best spot. I think the best spot is going to be right there between the solar panels.
Okay,
are you coming up here, Shady?
Let me tell you something.
Really? You don't want to see?
You need the Starlink because it's awfully large.
Yeah. I need a drill also. Ugh. Yeah, this will be fine right there.
Here's the drill.
It's a nice view, that's for sure. Oh, and there's the cows. I don't know if you guys can see them, but
I'm stuck on this thing.
Nice mouth. All right, so that's the location. I don't think that there's going to be any issue with where things are. We'll just make sure that if we needed to take it off, we have room to do that. So this, okay, it's flat. And then if I do this, yeah, perfect. Let me mark my holes. Brought my trusty Sharpie. I'm going to mark these holes right here. 2, 3, 4. Now drill my pilot holes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. I don't think that the hole's big enough, but that's what Rich said to do. So here we are. Looks good. Hello, assistant. I need things.
What do you need?
I need the lag screws. I need my die core, the washers. I need the, well, before you come up, why don't you just see which one fits and bring me that? I wonder. Use one of the deep socket ones, and I might need the extension too. As you can see, we've had some issues with that roof recently. This one actually This repair job that we did seems to be holding up pretty well. That's not leaking, but we haven't gotten to that project, unfortunately. So here we got some lap sealant. I'm going to do my best here with the lap sealant. I'm not a fan of working with the lap sealant because I literally hate that it oozes out so much. But, oh, see, told you, that's why I hate them. I forgot to poke the hole in it. So annoying. Now it's gonna ooze everywhere. Excuse me? Yeah. I guess they don't like heights because they're not up here. Tons of lap sealant right here to cover up those little holes. You know what? Maybe I'll put a little bit on the underside here too, just for some added protection. But I don't think we need it. As a reminder, this is a how we did it, not how to do it. I'm sure there'll be comments about you should have done this and you should have done that and you needed to do this and you needed to do that. I guarantee that I'm not doing any of this correctly. But I'm doing it my way because I don't hate my way or Kyle's way. And I think this is kind of how Kyle did it. Not as good as he, but I try. Probably should have put some butyl tape down as well, but oh well. Huh? No. That's the week. And then I think I'll put a little lap sealant over these bolts too. Okay, that's on. Okay, I need 2 little set screws. Yep, they're right next to the brown box. Okay, I need those and the tool, which is that yellow handle thing, and the black box, just to see if that will reach, because that's an extension that I bought, or if we need to use the big 50-foot one. Here, take this. Done with that. This may not be enough. I still don't think this is long enough. I'll have to figure out a way to wrap it up. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Not that I recall seeing, no.
Later that day.
I don't need them right this second. Now, I gotta get the set screws in. Set screws are in. That looks good. That looks good. That'll help with the wind too, right behind the solar panel. So there won't be very much wind on it. Okay. Now, before I route the cable and all, we need to kind of see where we're putting the plug before we start wrapping this cable up. So, let me get some of things down off of here that I don't need anymore. What are you doing?
I'm checking with the die core on this side now. Can I have the die core and I'll fix this here?
Just don't get it in the channel. By the way, that die core was in the basement.
Oh, this was?
Yeah. So that's another thing less in the basement.
Well, I bought more, remember?
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess it's really kind of going to be a negative effect or no change because we should probably carry one with us. Here, you want to take the Sharpie and just put a little dot? Okay. Ew.
And then this is the hole to start with. Right here.
I mean, what's the point of having an assistant if you can't have him do the things that you really don't feel like doing? Assist away.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
I mean, when we first got this rig, the thought of putting a hole in it
drove us crazy, but now we just put holes in it all.
I mean, because it has its own holes through manufacture. Thanks, Keystone.
Yeah.
And I mean, that just goes to show if that was a house, it would take a second.
Right.
But these rigs are literally put up with like
Toothpicks, popsicle sticks, and Elmer's glue. What do you need me to do?
Switch out the bit.
Oh.
I mean, I can do it if you just hand me the bit.
I could do it.
Oh, yeah.
What? You put your hand? Ew! Nasty. You put your hand in it? I hate that shit. Here.
No coming back now.
Nope, that's it.
No wires.
It's good.
I don't know what I'm hitting though.
Are you hitting like the backside of the cabinet?
I shouldn't be.
Warning, warning, do not try this at home. We are trained professionals. Just kidding. We're just two idiots in a rolling house who watched 3 YouTube videos and said, hold my coffee. We have 0 certifications, questionable judgment, and a German Shepherd who judges us harder than the fire department probably will. If you see smoke, hear weird banging, or your RV starts doing the cha-cha, that's normal. Well, for us it's normal, not for you. Results may vary. Sanity not included. Warranty voided the second we picked up the wrench. Seriously though, don't. We're out here living the dream and occasionally the nightmare, so you don't have to. Now, watch us turn this into content before Rich calls the insurance guy again.
Okay, we're going in the rig.
There's no insulation or nothing back there. Nice.
Let's take a close-up of that. There's nothing back here.
I wonder why it's freezing in here.
Yeah, seriously. There is no insulation. There is no nothing. It is just a what? Maybe 2.5 inch gap. Once again, thank you, Keystone. Good job, COVID. Where do you want me to go with
Now
this?
remember the slab sealant's wet.
I know.
So come under the panel and you come in right here.
Just under the panel right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to follow us between the weekly videos, head on over to Truckers Base Camp. John will put the QR code up on the screen. And it's just our community space where you can chat with other members, with us, see what we're doing in between the videos. We have a lot of things in the works over there. And we'd love to see you over there. There's also ways that you can support us, you know, a little bit more if you so choose, but it's not required, obviously. And we did a redesign of our website. It flows much better now.
We
Yeah.
did not. Rich did all the redesigning of the website.
Yeah. So we'd love to see you over there.
All right, guys, don't forget this month's giveaway, adventure giveaway, is a 14-ounce Yeti mug and some really cool swag from Pinnacles Oatman, Arizona. Great store, wonderful people. I think we talked about it in the last episode.
And this is actually one of their t-shirts.
That's one of their t-shirts. That's the one I was saying. I think our husband or the kids designed it. It's my favorite t-shirt. It's so cute.
But they were so nice to throw those items in
Yeah,
too.
they were very nice. Very, very great people. So all you need to do is click this QR code here, head over to the website, and enter the giveaway for this month. If you join Base Camp, you will get an additional entry for this month's giveaway. Starting in July, you'll sign up at our website for that specific giveaway, and every month thereafter, you'll still be on the email list, but there are so many people that just aren't interested in some of the giveaways that we have, and this just keeps it to those people who actually want them.
And probably increases your odds too.
I would imagine so. So
good luck.
Good morning. So it is the next day after we did that install on the roof for the Starlink mount. Went well, no issues. As you saw, we were able to kind of get the wire from the roof down, closed everything up. Rich did some caulking around the rig in some of the areas where it was peeling a little bit. So now today I am going to get the Mini squared away, and that's going to be mounted to the roof of the truck back here. I already did some of the wiring inside the truck, not that there's a whole lot to do. There's, you know, it goes through and it comes out a door and goes up to the roof. So this is what you get. So when you order the mount, and I'll leave a link on the screen to the Amazon link for the mount, both mounts, and this is what you get in it. Well, not this, that's mine. So you get this little tool, here's the mounting, the screws, the magnets, which are super strong and not included and not sponsored by anybody. That's our Starlink Mini that we will mount to the roof so that we have constant connection in the vehicle while we're traveling. So let's get started. I don't need instructions. I got this. Here is the dish. Like, this is super straightforward, guys. The dish goes in here, just like that. Oh, nope. Strike that, reverse it. Goes down like that. Looks exactly the way it's supposed to be. So we're kind of like, you know, seriously, like, that's it, guys. Done. 15 minutes, maybe 10. Let's go and get it on the roof of the truck, which is not going to take very long. Like I said, I already did some of the wiring. Like, when I say some, it's one wire. It goes from the Starlink. Almost fell off the roof. Oops. Okay, so there's the Starlink cable. We will just get this up into there, plug it in, just like that. And it is gonna go right there. I mean, it is not coming off. It is on there so good. Like, I can't get it off. Now, let's start the truck. Well, that's it for the Starlink setup. Went really well, super smooth, super easy. Even the rooftop on the rig went really smooth. If you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments below. Happy to answer any questions, send you any links. That's it for now.
Well, the moment has arrived. The boys are finally here. After weeks of talking about it, our grandsons have finally arrived at the ranch, and the fun has already started. You can tell already they're loving the nomadic life, especially behind the wheel of the UTV with Grandpa. We've got a full week of adventures planned and an entire summer. And trust me, it's going to be absolute chaos in the best possible way. Tune in next week to see everything that we've gotten up to here in Arizona. Because with these two around, anything can happen.
Dust in the rear view, free as a bird. This is our time, no matter what they say. Every mile behind only brought us here. Now the road is clear.